Turn your actual room into a mixed reality playground. Build tiny roller coasters in your living room, fight hordes of gremlins invading your home, battle with magic, dive into strategic tabletop gameplay, or you can even run your own bootlegging operation from your front door. You can do all of this plus much more right now on your Meta Quest 3, Quest 3S, or Quest Pro. I've tried an insane number of mixed reality games on the Meta Quest 3 and highlighted many of them in the previous 2 volumes of this series. In today's video, I'll show off the best of the best that I've played for myself that actually deserve a spot on your Quest 3. Welcome to GameList Plus. I'm Josh, and these are 10 must-try Meta Quest 3 mixed reality games, Volume 3. Stick around for number 1 because I even have a special guest who helped me test it, proving why mixed reality is so much fun. And after the top 10, I've got a bonus mixed reality experience that's building towards one of the most popular gaming styles of all time. You'll find links to all of these games down in the description below, and if you grab them through my affiliate links, you'll be supporting GameList Plus directly. So let's get started with something that feels truly magical. At number 10, Spectrum. Spectrum is a visually stunning yet simple mixed reality puzzle game. It turns your space into an artistic installation where you have these glowing colored orbs floating around your room, and the goal is to match the colors as you move them through your space. You can see these magical pulses bouncing around my space as connections are made. It's so cool. The game features spatial puzzle progression with 10 levels of increasing complexity. It's also got a Zen mode for daily challenges or for just clearing your mind. And you don't even need to use controllers. It's all simple, intuitive interaction with just your hands. It definitely is one of the most Zen and magical feeling games I've actually ever tried in mixed reality. Spectrum may not be the biggest or deepest experience on this list, but as a mixed reality showcase, it really is a beautiful place to start. And if you're already seeing mixed reality games that you didn't know existed, hit that like button because it really does help my channel a lot. Next up at number 9, Crumbling. Crumbling is a nostalgic adventure where you take your action figure characters and fight against legions of toy monsters in these really cool diorama settings. Now, the mixed reality in this game is more of a pass-through enhancement than a core mechanic, but it works really well because the whole game already feels like you're playing with toys. And honestly, the gameplay here is not as easy as it might look. This is a solid roguelike adventure where you control the character with just one hand. As you progress, you can select between 3 unique heroes with vastly different gameplay sets, playing as a knight, a shaman, or a blaster with a set of plastic pellet guns. It's fast-paced hack-and-slash combat that really is a test of skill and timing. Flat out, this is really not that easy of a game. When I first started playing it, I was almost put off a little bit by its cutesy style, but once I got into the gameplay, I realized this game is actually a lot of fun. I definitely highly recommend Crumbling. Next up at number 8, Oh My Galaxy. Oh My Galaxy is a colorful cosmic puzzle game where you use your hands or controllers as a slingshot to fire asteroids across space and protect planets from alien invaders. So when you shoot, the gravity pulls your projectile towards that gravitational pull. It's really cool. The game really reminds me a lot of Angry Birds, where you have a slingshot and you fire into the game space, but in this case, it's floating right there in your room. The different asteroid types add variety, so it stops being just random shots and starts being about finding the right angle and the right strategy to get the best score possible for each level. The mixed reality effects of this game are really such a cool element. Having those floating globes in your space makes it feel like your whole room is some kind of interactive solar system. I tried playing with the hand tracking controls first and it was totally fine, but when you're trying to get the exact right angle, it's better just to use the controllers. It's a lot easier to line it up the right way when you can repeat the same action with the controller very precisely. Honestly, the game just has that really great just put the headset on and start playing kind of vibe. The mechanics are pretty self-explanatory and you just play. Next up at number 7, Prison Boss Prohibition. Prison Boss Prohibition really surprised me. At its very core, it's a crafting and selling game. You're making items, managing your setup, selling what you create, and customizing your space, all while making sure the cops don't catch you in the process because you're selling illegal things. I honestly didn't know this was a mixed reality game at all. You can play it in regular VR, but I found it phenomenal in mixed reality mode with its fully customizable setup. So you can have walls appear or disappear as well as furniture and make it all part of the interactivity of the game. It really makes it feel very personal and like you're almost selling these illicit juices and beers out of your front window into this goofy egg person world just outside your house. It really is straight up bizarre. I was actually a bartender for many, many years, and jumping into this game, making these drinks and serving them to the customers at the bar is so strangely similar to the feeling of bartending, so I slipped right into it. Of course, when bartending in the real world, you obviously can't stop to give your puppy belly rubs right in the middle of your shift. The really defining and hilarious element of this game is having to hide your stuff from the cops so that they don't spot and confiscate it. It's really funny just jamming things into a cabinet. Even your cash can get taken from your register, so you have to either spend it all or hide it somewhere. All around, Prison Boss Prohibition is a really fun mixed reality experience that I highly recommend. At number 6, Coaster Mania. Coaster Mania is a fun, physics-based game where you can design exciting roller coaster tracks right in your own living room. There's a complete campaign mode with over 50 puzzles across 4 themed worlds. You can solve challenges, unlock cosmetics. I was definitely tickled by the use of the cannons to shoot your cart from one track to the next. It's so goofy. It's really fun to make adjustments and find inventive ways to move forward from stage to stage. Really, the highlight of this game, though, is being able to build your own roller coasters in your own living room. You can decorate it with your props, sculpt the terrain, and if you really want to, experience your creations in VR. Roller coasters in VR for me are instant sickness. I will not do that mode, I know better. But the challenge mode with all the puzzles in and of itself is worth the price of admission. Coaster Mania is definitely one of the best mixed reality experiences out there, so go try it. At number 5, Banners and Bastions. Banners and Bastions is a real-time tactics roguelite played on your tabletop in mixed reality in a portal-like globe. In this game, you're fortifying your kingdom, commanding your troops, and reacting to the waves of enemies that continuously attack as your battlefield evolves. I don't know, there's just something really magical about the tiny little battles that you can orchestrate right there in that little globe in front of you. There are definitely some serious tower defense type elements here, but it feels a lot more like a small-scale tactical war than a basic defense game because they come from any angle. And as you progress, you get better and better cards that you can include in your defense system. One of the coolest elements of this game is definitely the skill progression system, where you can allocate your star points to make your battles a little bit more functional to suit the way that you like to play. You can always refund your points and reset them however you like, which is really cool. There are even 3 different hero characters, one with magic that slows time, one that's an archer that rains down arrows, and a soldier who fortifies your troops to give them more strength. Each one fits a different playstyle or gives you a reason to mix things up. The mixed reality is honestly flawless in this game. Using the hand tracking is super intuitive too, it just works. One of the biggest pieces of praise I can give this game is the fact that it's just really easy to lose yourself in. I intended to just play it for about 20 minutes to capture some footage to show you, and an hour and a half literally passed in like a blink. I looked at the clock and I was like, oh, I gotta stop playing. I need to move on. It's one of those things that feels very tactile, like you have your hands on it and you're really doing stuff. And I think that's what makes it so addictive. But in any case, it is really good. Next, at number 4, Little Critters. Little Critters pits you against hordes of adorable and incredibly persistent cartoon gremlins. As they pour into your home through portals, they make a beeline for all of your defenses and base while you fight them off with traps and your trusty slingshot. And yes, you can grab them with your bare hands and throw them against the wall, which is quite fun. Your furniture, your floors, your walls, even your ceiling become part of the battlefield. At one point, the chaos was just so insane. I had my own little critters running around within the space with these critters all coming for the orb that you're supposed to protect. You collect these blobs of green from the battlefield and it turns into the energy that you can use to 3D print new defenses. And as you play, you discover new critter types and unlock new traps and weapons. The difficulty definitely ramps up a lot too. I found myself sitting on the floor at one point just yanking them off my tower and throwing them against the wall while trying to slingshot them and get enough green goop together to survive with more turrets. I'm not a huge fan of tower defense games in general, but the way that this game works is just so engaging, and it's genuinely one of the best uses of mixed reality I've seen so far. It just looks phenomenal, and it's the kind of game that really reminds me of what's possible on the Quest 3. It even actually won Upload VR's Best Mixed Reality Game of 2025 for very good reason. The character animations, the blending with the real world, and the precision of all the elements completely changeable within your own space. It really is a high bar that they've set for future mixed reality experiences. Now, if you're a fan of Baldur's Gate 3, you'll love the next one. At number 3, Demeo Dungeons & Dragons Battlemarked. Battlemarked is quite easily my favorite game on this entire list, but because it's a mixed reality list, I can't quite put it at number 1. It's a tactical RPG where you move characters around a board, use abilities, and plan out your turn-based battles. It features incredible tactical card-based attacks and powers, dice rolls, and positional strategy. Of course, it's not nearly as deep or intricate as real D&D, but for me, it's easily the best tactical RPG I've played in mixed reality, or VR for that matter. You've got classes like Paladin, Sorcerer, Ranger, Rogue, Fighter, Bard, and the newly added Warlock. It features persistent character progression, allowing you to keep your stats and carry them over to additional playthroughs and sessions. And truthfully, the core gameplay is really at its best with the online multiplayer co-op, which you can easily just drop into with random strangers who are often very kind and can help you along the way if you're a newbie. The graphics all around look great and they look fantastic on other systems as well, but playing it on the Quest 3 is my absolute favorite way to experience it. Mixed reality is quite easily the best way to play. It's so nice just having that game board just sitting right in front of you while you sit in your living room or office or wherever you happen to be. Each run offers a unique experience through procedurally generated dungeon rooms, while key locations like the tavern and major boss encounters are all handcrafted and keep everything perfectly narratively aligned. The colorful characters, intricate detail, and vast array of possibilities make this one of my favorite things to do in VR all around. Having mixed reality just adds to that ever-evolving, excellent package. I really cannot recommend Battlemarked enough. It's truly great. Next up at number 2, Primal Rumble. Primal Rumble is a comedic deck-building mixed reality card game. I already love card games, deck builders, and mixed reality, so this one had a real chance with me from the start. But what surprised me is how much personality it has. Right from the get-go, the intricate details become quite evident. You play this fast-paced strategy card battler right there on your coffee table. You use your cards in the best combinations to defeat your enemy level by level. As you complete rumbles, you'll unlock new cards to make your deck stronger for the next rounds. The primals are all these funky, creative creatures with all their own personalities and intricate animations that give this game such an insane amount of vivid liveliness. It's kind of slapstick, it's silly, while punching, stomping, and even dancing. The game really has such an insane amount of personality, it's really great. And of course, yes, you can play this in full VR as well as mixed reality. But with mixed reality, you'll play with a scalable arena right there in your real space. There are over 300 cards to collect and master, and you can build and experiment with powerful deck combos. There's solo progression as well as PvP multiplayer with up to 4 players, which I did not get to try yet, but I'm really looking forward to trying it when I get the chance. The thing that really stood out to me about this game is the finite little details put into the characters and the battle arenas. You can really feel the love put into this game just oozing out of it. There's so much going on in each and every little corner of the arenas beyond the actual gameplay itself. All around, the gameplay has enough to it to attract true card battling fans, it's light enough for the whole family, and it's an incredible mixed reality showcase on top of all those other things. And finally, coming in at number 1, Laser Dance. Laser Dance is an incredible, straightforward, and ingenious mixed reality game that truly shows what can be done with the Quest 3 in a way that really nothing else can. You start your game by placing buttons on opposite sides of your living room, and then you have to make it between those 2 buttons with a series of laser obstacles that are in your way. There are 18 levels containing over 80 unique laser patterns, and the levels just automatically adapt to your living room size and layout. It's kind of crazy. The challenges are real. You'll actually have to get down on the floor and crawl underneath lasers. You can change settings to make sure that your body actually fits with what the types of things are and your ability levels for sure. It can be quite a physical experience and it's genuinely exciting to play. As I was recording my demo, my dog Buster decided he was done taking his nap and wanted to get right into the middle of the action. So at one point, I just had to scoop him up and we went laser dancing together. He seemed a little confused, but honestly, that kind of proves the point. Mixed reality is happening in your actual room with your actual furniture, your actual space, and sometimes your actual dog. Laser Dance is the most simple and well-defined mixed reality experience on your Quest 3, and it's one of the most inventive uses of mixed reality so far. So that's it for the top 10, but here are a few more worth checking out. Slot Car VR is a really fun, nostalgic trip that truly did remind me of my childhood, where you can build slot car tracks right there in your house and put the cars on the tracks with different modifications. I definitely recommend using the controllers because that's the way the old ones felt. And if you really like those room defense mixed reality games, you can also have a solid experience with Exploit Zero, which has a hacking element with rockets flying through your room, or Reality Guard that gives you a medieval kind of vibe with castles, rocks, and obstacles all over your space. And now for that awesome bonus experience that I mentioned at the very beginning, Pocket Lands. This is the closest thing to Minecraft-style building and creation that you'll find on the Quest 3. It's one of the most vivid, crisp, mixed reality experiences I've tried so far. It just feels so clean. You can expand it from just a small square in the center of your room to pulling it out to the entire size of your living room. Scroll around, build, and then jump right into your creations in full VR. As it stands, it's in early access and it's a sandbox creation game. Soon there will be NPCs, furniture, multiplayer, and a lot more added, making it much more than just a sandbox and more of a traditional game. It really is considered a must-own if you like Minecraft. This is from the same developer who created Vermilion, the incredible oil painting app, so creation is at its core. I'm really interested to see what this game becomes as this solo developer moves it along. Well, if you have made it this far into the video, please do hit that like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell so that my videos don't get lost in a sea of shorts. Mixed reality is truly one of the most unique things you can experience in the modern tech landscape. It takes the space that you're living in and turns it into part of the gameplay, and there really isn't anything else quite like it. The last couple of years, we've seen a massive amount of growth in the terms of how mixed reality can be implemented on the Quest 3. I recently made a video looking at other emerging tech and how it's starting to compete with the Quest 3 in this space. You can check that out right here. We are in for some massive changes and a lot of exciting new experiences and new devices and technologies as they start to make their way into our homes and our eyeballs in the coming years. But that's just what I think. What do you think? Do you actually care about mixed reality yet, or do you still think it's mostly a gimmick? Would you rather have more full games with mixed reality modes, or smaller games built entirely around mixed reality? What is the mixed reality, real or imagined, that would truly blow your mind? Let's talk about all of this in the comments below. Also, I sat down with Doug North Cook, the creator of Starship Home, which is one of the best mixed reality games ever. We talked in depth about VR, mixed reality, and the future of how we'll interact with technology over the coming years, and you can check out that full interview right here. That's it for today's video though. Thank you so much to all my subscribers who have been watching me all along for the last couple years, and thank you to everyone for watching. Go try something new. I'll see you soon on GameList Plus.